We're going to just have a great discussion about cultural competency. I know it's a hot button issue to really discuss because our schools are changing, right? It's something that I feel like we as educators need to be aware of every student's needs and their racial and ethnic backgrounds, as well as their religions, gender, sexuality, faith. And that really makes, all those pieces make a student. And if we tend to ignore one piece in favor of the other piece, we're not valuing that student. So by integrating cultural competency and learning to respect those cultural differences, I think it's going to make a huge difference as we are interacting and teaching other students. So before we get started, like any educator, we got a pop quiz. So the quiz is right in front of you guys. It's a multicultural education and equity awareness quiz. If you need one, let me know. We'll get some to you. Keep your eyes on your paper. Don't look at your neighbors. A few of you guys are still wrapping up. So we'll stop right there, and if you didn't get a chance to finish, don't worry about it. You could just answer some of the questions as we go along. Okay, so there are 20 questions. I would love to have volunteers. I saw one lady in the back. She was like hoping and wishing it wasn't her. She was like, not me, not me. Don't call on me, not me. But I love for you guys to volunteer and just kind of read the question and give your answer. Again, don't feel like dumb or ashamed or stupid if you got the answer question correct or not, because it is a learning process. We're learning about multicultural awareness and cultural competency. So who's going to take question number 1 for me? Right here.
I thought it was rural.
Oh, you want to read it out loud just real quick?
According to the U.S. Census Bureau, the majority of poor children live in, and I guess rural.
So she chose rural. How many guys chose C, rural areas? Okay. B, suburban areas? Few. And A, urban areas. The correct answer was C, rural areas. Who chose A? Who chose B? Okay. C? No one. Wow. D. The correct answer is D. Yes. 1. It's a tough quiz, right? Yeah. Yeah. How many guys were surprised by some of the responses or some of your responses? So why the need for cultural competency training? You can tell by your quiz grades, right? We all failed, right? I failed when I took the test, for the first time. So it's a learning process. And again, that population has shifted in Naperville, right? We have new and different cultures that are present. I think Naperville was named, number 2 or 3 at one point, best place to live in the city or in the world, in the country, something. It was one of those.
It is viewed as a negative, and that's why we need to be cultural competent, because those poor kids are bringing our scores down. And that is the one that I guess is where I would love for us to move beyond that.
So many of us have said those comments, and it's not anything against you as a person, because that's really not the case. What we're saying is we're looking at it in terms of cultural competence, and you're smack dead in the middle, right? And so the goal is we want to keep advancing on that continuum.